After 98 days, once more he forges a handmade marvel of true steel and iron. Taking but a single raw iron plate, he fashions it into a fully hydraulic remote-controlled caterpillar grate grater. To the fully hydraulic linked scraper, and the all-direction multi-angle steering bridge. No team. No high-end equipment. Only his two hands interpreting the heart of craftsmanship, thus turning dreams into living reality. Behold how Master Niu in resolute fashion unfolds the making of this full-function machine, a complete birth from nothing into being. One sees Master Niu prepare a heap of cut and processed iron plate components, together with chains, gears, and other fittings. Without doubt, Master Niu once more chooses to begin from the very root, the differential drive axle. He cuts a stainless steel rod of certain length, and by welding it with conical gears, forms two driving half shafts. He installs once more a driven gear assembly. Then Master Niu proceeds further. Master Niu then combines iron plate components to assemble and secure the planetary gears, arranging them in a cross-shaped structure, so that they engage precisely with the two half-shaft gears. This is the most critical component inside the differential. Next, the assembly and welding of the axle housing begins. An octagonal three-dimensional structure gradually takes shape. The half-shaft sleeves on both sides are machined from solid iron rods, with bearings embedded inside, so they can be firmly fixed to both ends of the axle housing. With materials like this, the workmanship is truly impressive. The driving transmission gear is made by welding a stainless steel shaft with a bevel gear. Using the reserved hole positions on the axle housing, it is perfectly aligned and installed with the driven gear. After a series of precise operations, the meshing condition of the differential gears reaches an ideal state. Master Niu's craftsmanship is truly admirable. Afterwards, Master Niu installs connecting flanges at both ends of the shafts. Their function is to prepare for the next step, connecting with the balance box. At the same time, he installs on the shaft ends a carefully designed double-row wheel set. This represents a uniquely ingenious rear axle design. With the basic transmission axle structure completed, the next step is for Master Niu to assemble and weld the balance boxes on both sides. The production process itself requires not only time but considerable expense. With the new year approaching, it is once again the peak period for cash flow. My cousin just called me, saying the home renovation funds were tight, so I recommended trying the Dian Wallet loan service. Open Dian, click me, then my wallet, and choose. Check the credit limit up to 300,000 yuan. There are also occasional interest-free and cashback promotions. He can repay it once his salary and bonus arrive. As for sets of shaft seat structures, are manufactured and installed one by one. The chain connection is completed. A unique single bridge, 4-axle balance box rear axle structure begins to take shape. This is also the distinctive rear axle design of large motor graders. Its core advantage thus made the stability of the grader's labor be greatly enhanced, the adaptability to the working surface, and the reliability of the transmission system. The balance box is sealed and welded firm. The broad body vacuum rubber tires are now mounted complete. Thus the finished structure of the rear axle, rich in mechanical spirit, may now reveal its keen edge. Beholding it, one feels the fullness of mechanical vigor. If the crafting of the rear axle leans upon the application of mechanical doctrine, then the forging of the front axle more greatly tests the deep understanding of steering geometry. Master Niu first assembles and fashions a fundamental skeletal plate structure. Upon the two ends of the axle sleeve he welds two ear plates. With the same design another pair is made. The holes upon the ear plates serve to join two movable iron plates and are welded together with square tubing, thus forming the basic structure of the steering knuckle. Must also achieve inclined adjustment. Connects a U-shaped movable mechanism, with the steering knuckles on both sides prepared. Next, the bridge structure may be designed and forged using galvanized square tubing bent to a measured angle. Both ends are welded and joined with the steering knuckles. Master Niu cuts another length of square tubing, bending it to match the terrain form, and welding it in union with the main beam. This not only strengthens the structure, but also lays a firm foundation for the next joining. Master Liu prepares several hydraulic rods to install them properly upon the main beam, and by means of ball head connecting joints, links them to their appointed positions. Thus is achieved the turning of the wheels left and right, and the principle of inclined steering. Not only does it move smooth as silk, its structural design also compels admiration. Thus, a fully functional steering axle is now complete. The frame is the skeleton of the whole machine. Master Niu bends square tubing in one piece into a square frame. After trimming, it is welded firm, thus forming the main body of the rear frame through the preset connecting joints. Thus it is joined and welded with the rear axle. As for how it shall connect with the front frame, Master Niu therefore devised a simple corner joint structure to be mounted upon the rear frame as the linking point. At the same time upon the steering knuckle, he also designed a set of docking structure. When the basic positions of the front and rear axles are set in place, the structure of the front frame may then be measured and devised. Master Liu employs square tubing of greater dimension, and at 1/3 of its length cuts a notch for bending. Both ends are cut into beveled angles to join with the connecting joints. Meanwhile, at the rear frame corner junction, installs a hydraulic rod on each side, thus laying the foundation for the grand steering control of the whole machine. In this manner, the vast body proportion and structure of the grater already reveal a professional bearing. One cannot but admire the deft hands of Master Niu. The crafting of the cap truly displays Master Niu's formidable sheet metal skill. First he erects and welds a mounting platform. Close beside an angle grinder, he cuts the thin iron plates, grinds them smooth, then assembles and welds them into the three-dimensional structure of the cap. As for the door structure, Master Niu thoughtfully designs it to be openable and closable, cleverly installing hinges and locking clasps. Within lies sturdy and durable iron. The central console and the driver's seat are likewise completed one by one through his superb craftsmanship, every detail handled with utmost care. The platform pedals on both sides, the climbing ladder and safety guardrails, all are fashioned by Master Niu with every possible skill and installed in their proper places. Thus a lofty viewing and high safety driving platform comes into being. And at the rear of the cab lies the engine chamber structure. Master Niu employs thicker iron plates to cut and weld the basic frame of the chamber, thus allowing the electrical control components within the chamber to disperse heat with greater ease. Taking the rear chamber already set in place as the foundation, he continues forward to erect the middle section of the cabin-like frame structure. The reserved openings are all fitted with openable hatch doors, thus pleasing to the eye, and also convenient for later inspection and repair. Segment after segment of iron bars in Master Niu's hands are hammered and bent to cleverly form the door handle structure. At last the upper hatch cover is sealed, together with the damping guard structure. All structures that ought to be present are finally devised by Master Niu. The making of the surrounding pedals further perfects both appearance and function. The fidelity of details is exceedingly high. One truly admires Master Niu, such straight and masterful workmanship in his hands. With the basic vehicle frame now prepared, what next must be fashioned is the precise working apparatus. After measuring the basic dimensions for crafting the ripper, he then begins cutting the square tubing. Observe well, Master Liu deliberately at both ends of the tubing firmly inserts a section of wooden strip. By such operation, the structural strength of the square tube is increased. After the final welding and assembly, this becomes the suspension structure of the ripper. At the upper end a ball joint pull rod is joined to achieve stable connection. With the basic suspension base prepared, the making of the ripper teeth becomes comparatively simple. Upon one side of the cut square tubing, they are evenly arranged and welded, with the mounting structures for the ripper teeth, then joined and welded firmly with the suspension. 2 sets of hydraulic rods are installed, thus laying the groundwork for the next step of electric lifting control. Behold, Master Niu again cuts iron plates, stacking them in layers and welding them together. After careful grinding and refinement, one by one the ripper teeth are formed. They are fixed upon the suspension by means of bolts. Their chief function is to crush and loosen hardened soil, compacted roadbeds, and other hardened base materials of damaged roads. With such materials and workmanship, it can truly rival that of a real machine. The scraper mechanism. The scraper mechanism may be called the very soul of the whole machine. Begins its crafting from the most vital turntable ring. This is the core by which the blade may achieve full 360-degree rotation and command. Having welded and assembled the basic turntable ring, he must next employ square tubing to fashion for it a traction frame. The power derives from a high-power reduction motor through the small gear upon the motor, engaging the toothed ring for transmission. A simple act of starting, yet it reveals the extraordinary skill of Master Niu's hands. The scraper blade itself is formed from 4 iron plates welded together, thus presenting a certain semicircular curvature. Upon the back of the blade, Master Niu ingeniously employs square tubing. At the same time, hydraulic interfaces are prepared upon the frame, thus laying the foundation for the next step, where the blade shall move left and right by electric control. Each step of the crafting is smooth and flawless. At last all scattered components are gathered together and welded as one. Thus appears the basic structure of the entire scraper system. Its core function is to level the ground, to shape and push scrape, and to spread and transport materials in basic operations. Immediately thereafter the whole scraper mechanism may be joined unto the frame, being fixed in place through the pre-made ball joint connectors. At the upper side, 2 further sets of hydraulic rods are installed to govern the lifting and lowering and adjustment of the entire scraper assembly, and this diagonally fixed hydraulic rod is the key to the blade's tilting motion. Each hydraulic rod's installation has passed through Master Niu's meticulous design, displaying the utmost spirit of craftsmanship. Though the operations appear complex, they are by no means simple. The electro-hydraulic control system is the crucial step that bestows soul upon the machine. The master takes a 10-channel hydraulic distribution valve and disassembles it, removing also the high-pressure springs within. Thus each channel is transformed into a structure governed by the motor. Each distribution valve channel, each channel corresponds to a different working unit. The valve stem is connected to the valve body through linkage rods. Although it looks like only a few simple steps, it is actually extremely time-consuming and requires great patience. Once everything is connected properly, a basic power-on test can be carried out. The entire valve body seems as if life has been injected into it. Its control is smooth, the response is sensitive, truly demonstrating a strong sense of technology. For the hydraulic power unit, Master Niu uses a DC motor, combined with a hydraulic motor, using chain transmission, and mounts them together on the frame. This is the key to supplying and pressurizing hydraulic oil. As for the wheel drive system, uses an electric motor equipped with a reduction gearbox, which connects to the drive axle through a chain sprocket, providing the entire vehicle with strong power and torque. After that, all control components are installed inside the equipment compartment and arranged with proper planning. A main oil tank and a return oil tank are also carefully installed. The hydraulic pipelines act as the bloodstream connecting all components. They precisely deliver hydraulic oil to each corresponding hydraulic cylinder. Although this pipeline installation may seem boring, it actually requires extremely careful planning, while ensuring every pipeline connection is firmly secured. Accuracy of the connections must also be guaranteed, from the hydraulic pump to the distribution valve, and then from each valve to its corresponding cylinder. Every single pipeline carries precise motion commands. When Master Niu installs the battery pack and the remote control receiver, at the moment of charging, the whole machine resembles a mech warrior. Master Niu simply uses the remote control to make a few simple adjustments, and the working units of each channel cooperate smoothly and perfectly. Perhaps at this very moment, you will understand For what cause doth Master Niu bear the surname Niu? For verily, his prowess is exceedingly mighty, a most perfect proportion of true steel and solid iron, joined with a hydraulic control system of full capability. Truly it may be said, that the lofty art of the craftsman hath been carried unto its utmost pinnacle. Yet the making did not cease at this point. The final rite was to bestow upon it a fitting professional garb. Master Niu wholly disassembled the entire machine, and applied coating unto every single component. The main body took on the iconic yellow of caterpillar. When the lacquer had fully dried, a yet more intricate final assembly commenced. When the final piece was set in its rightful place, there stood revealed a machine restoring the essence of Caterpillar 24, a refined model embodying the spirit of the mid-sized motor grader, now appearing in full majesty. From design unto fabrication, Master Niu by his own solitary strength hath demonstrated the singular soul of true craftsmanship. Yet handsome appearance alone sufficeth not, that it may be put to use is the true principle. Thus Master Niu took command of it and performed a test of grading and road laying. Though its form be not large, and labor it showeth not the slightest hesitation, as the wheel axle turneth with steady pace, and the blade glideth forth in smooth extension, the road pressed beneath becometh level and firm, but rather the embodiment of knowledge, patience, and the utmost refinement of craft. It proveth that, even without a vast company of men and the most advanced devices and instruments, profound mastery of skill and steadfast hands-on resolve may likewise conquer the lofty summit of complex machinery making. This is not merely the closing of a handcrafted endeavor, but a hymn offered unto the spirit of craftsmanship. One cannot help but await what next undertaking Master Niu shall bring forth, and what marvel yet again shall stir astonishment.